conference, I want to welcome Councilmember Palmer, Commissioner of Criminal Justice James Carter, Chief Surpass, and my good friend and partner, Mr. Troy Hebert, who is a commissioner of Louisiana Office of Alcohol and Tobacco Control, along with Deputy Mayor Copeland. As you know, we announced a NOLA for Life plan some weeks ago to continue to fight violence on the streets. That plan has a number of different tenets to it, and one of them is interagency cooperation between the federal government, the state, and the local governments. I have many times stood here and talked about the great assistances we've gotten from the state police on many different occasions, also from probation and parole, which we continue to beef up and make more robust. And today I want to talk a little bit about the great work that Alcohol Beverage Control has done. Troy has been a great friend. He has been very aggressive about assisting us with ABOs in the city of New Orleans. And I'm here to announce that they've actually hired several more full-time enforcement agents and 10 reserve agents to be designated as partners in the city of New Orleans. We have nuisance ABOs all over the city, and these nuisance ABOs has a potential for violence and, of course, interference with the quality of life in all of our neighborhoods. They will collaborate with the New Orleans Police Department, Probation and Parole, the Law Department, and also the federal authorities that are on the ground and operating right now. And I'm grateful to him for that work, and he'll talk a little bit more about that. This past weekend, we paid special attention. As many of you know, you came out with us on a number of different locations, both in Hardin Park and at Taylor Playground. There was also significant other action taking place. At Taylor Playground in Central City, we built picnic tables, park benches, we cleared catch basins, we filled bags of trash, we collected tires, mattresses, and we helped refurbish both of those playgrounds. But while that was going on, Troy and his team were preparing, along with NOPD, some work on their own. On Sunday, they inspected problem bars in Central City, working with NOPD's 6th District. They inspected Al's Bar at 1333 Saratoga Street. They found that their permits were expired, and they had numerous ATC violations. No arrests were made, but the location was closed because they owed the city money. They also inspected the Daiquiri Place Cafe at 1401 St. Charles Avenue. They found that that particular entity was in violation of a consent decree that they had signed with the city, requiring online and on-duty security, which was not there. One arrest was made, and we gave warnings to other ABOs in the city, and we continue to do so. You have to follow the rules and regulations. We're committed to enforcing the laws to help make the city of New Orleans safe. We have gone from 32 prosecutions in 2009 to 400 prosecutions since January of 2011. That is a response to our citizens' request for more robust enforcement. So I want to thank Troy for that. And again, this is all part of the NOLA for Life plan to addressing violence in our city. There are 5 pillars for this NOLA for Life plan. One of them is to stop the shooting. We've talked a lot about that. We will continue to be very aggressive as we work on that. The other is to invest in prevention. You've seen the initiatives we've had with Save Our Sons and Girl Up, also with NORD. Promoting jobs and opportunity, we've talked much about that. We will continue to make sure that we work very hard to have jobs available for all of our citizens. Improving the police department has also been on the top of our agenda. Chief Surpass is here to talk about that. The consent decree negotiations have gone on and are very, very close to being finalized. And again, getting the community involved in rebuilding our neighborhoods is something that we saw this weekend. We'll continue to do this over and over and over again as we begin to change the culture of violence on the streets of New Orleans to a culture of peace. And we could not do this, again, without complete and total support and partnership on the federal, state, and local levels and between and amongst all of our different agencies. And this is just another great example of the work that we have done and we're going to continue to do. We always need more. We continue to fight a very, very difficult battle, but we can't rest until the streets of the city are safe. So I want to thank Troy for his work. He was a great partner and a friend of mine when I was in the legislature, and he's done a superb job as a commissioner of alcohol beverage control. So I'd like to ask Troy to make some comments and then call up the council member and the chief, and then we'll take some questions about this. And then, as I said, if you want to ask questions about the other incident, I'll do some pull-asides when we finish. All right. Thank you so much. Troy.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you, Mayor. First of all, as a dear friend and as a father, my heart and prayers go out to you and your family. As the mayor, as you mentioned, you and I served in the legislature together, and I can tell you as the commissioner of ATC, I'm very glad to come out and support Mayor Landrieu and the council in your initiative to help the city of New Orleans with this NOLA for life. What we've done at ATC is that we have, since I became commissioner, tried to take a very proactive approach instead of reactive approach. What happens is a lot of times these particular, whether they're a corner store or bars or nightclubs, are actually the breeding ground where a lot of the crime starts. And we've been working very closely with individuals such as Councilwoman Palmer, and hopefully she'll speak a little bit more to the proactive ideas that we have with dealing with neighborhood grocery stores. But at ATC, Mayor, what we're going to do is that we're going to increase our workforce here. We're going to put on at least 2 to 3 new full-time agents. We're going to begin a reservist force of at least 10 people that we can continue partnering with Chief Surpass and his group at the NOPD. I can't say enough about NOPD and their relationship that we have established with them, because as you know, it is a partnership between organizations such as the locals and the state to go ahead and combat a lot of these issues. Let me say this as far as when it comes to ABOs, is that there's no doubt that we permit probably more ABOs in the Orleans area than any other part of the state. So at ATC, it's obvious that we come here and concentrate and focus to make sure that the individuals that are given an alcohol permit are given so to responsible people. And why is that important? Mm-hmm. Because when it comes to alcohol, we all know that alcohol is just a part of our culture, not only in New Orleans, but in Louisiana. And so what we want to make sure is that we just want to make sure that it is consumed responsibly. And part of doing that is that I want to send a clear message that an alcohol permit in Louisiana is not a right. It's a privilege to have an alcohol permit. And at ATC, we work very hard to make sure that the individuals that have the ability to legally sell alcohol are, again, doing so responsibly. So that's our part. I hope that Councilwoman Palmer, when she speaks, talks about, we have an agent, Brandon Manju, with us today that's been working very closely in trying to change the different ways and the different recipes that some of these ABOs have. So having said that, Mayor, we're glad to join your team. We're glad to participate with you. I commend you for taking a very proactive approach. I commend you for taking a stand, because I know you realize how important it is that if this city is going to continue to grow and thrive, people have to feel safe. And we want to join with you in making that accomplishment. So thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you. Good morning. Representing District C, I think we have the largest concentration of ABOs in the city. We're talking about the French Quarter, the Marigny, Bywater, St. Roch, Esplanade Ridge. And a lot of these communities have constantly been overrun by ABOs that really negatively impact their quality of life, which is why I'm very proud to be standing here with the mayor and the Commissioner Hebert to really talk, because they've addressed and understand how it can negatively impact the quality of life in our communities and our neighborhoods. And I've also witnessed firsthand the relationship that Agent Manju and some of his other agents, when they go into our neighborhoods and communities, especially in St. Roch, where we have problem ABOs, these corner stores that really are not supplying the community with the things that they need, are working hand in hand with both the neighborhood leaders, the faith-based leaders, and physically going into the grocery stores and these corner ABOs and really asking them to play by the rules and to get into compliance, because this is all about compliance to really improve the quality of life of all of our people. And it is the first step, because often, especially in neighborhoods such as St. Roch, they've not been given the resources that they need. And we see the results of that. And we've been seeing the results of what's been happening in St. Roch for the past few weeks. And that cannot be allowed. And we have to have zero tolerance. And so I just want to thank this administration for recognizing that. In my office, we're seeing firsthand the relationships that are being established, the partnerships between NOPD, ATC, even the Department of Justice that's been involved, especially within the St. Roch community. And when we have limited resources, the only way to really make a difference is through leveraging. And this is the ability for this administration and our city to move forward by leveraging our limited resources and making sure that all of our community has a decent quality of life and our citizens are safe. So thank you.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Mayor and Commissioner Hebert and Councilmember Palmer. We have had, for the last 2 years of our time together, an amazing relationship with ATC. We work routinely and regularly, and what today's announcement does is just adds to that. It adds more resources and opportunity for partnership. Today we have with us our community coordinating sergeants and quality of life officers, and they will all tell you to a person that the way we're going to turn this corner on crime in New Orleans is one corner at a time. And if there's an ABO on a corner that needs to follow the rules and operate a business within the rules, bless them. But if they're not, then we have to be sure and resolute in our commitment to enforce the law. No question, in my mind, we're going to turn the corner and have turned the corner on crime. It's going to be a great crime reduction in our community over time. This is one of the ways. ABO enforcement is important. We thank Commissioner Hebert. I really want to thank the Quality of Life team in COCOS because they're involved with this on the front line every day, all day. Thank you.
Jerry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to applaud you for rolling out this initiative. Commissioner Hebert, you've done a great job. I've worked with you at the legislature, and I can tell you firsthand, having represented a district that overlapped Councilmember Palmer's last term, that trying to control our ABOs are a challenge. And I would ask all the ABO owners to please help our police officers, and so that they could tend to more serious crimes and monitor the circumference around your establishment. So thank you, Mr. Mayor, for this initiative, and I look forward to a successful campaign. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And just another shout out to our city attorney and Nolan Lambert's here and the whole team that has been very aggressive about all the prosecutions that have been ongoing at our direction. So I thank you guys and gals for your tremendous effort.